Alright y'all, it's SJ. Welcome back to another video. And today, we are making something sound really old. Why am I doing this, you ask? Because it's Christmas time, and a lot of your favorite Christmas music is old. Like 1940s, 1930s, 1950s, around that era. So I figured we're going to try and make a modern recording that I did of Nat King Cole's The Christmas Song. We are going to make that sound really old school, using effects like EQ. So let's listen to this first of all.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Linked above if you all want to hear the full version. So, first of all, let's take a listen to the frequency response in the 1930s. Frequency response. What that is the frequencies that can be captured by a microphone or speaker. I looked this up. The frequency response in the 1930s was from 300 hertz, I'm tripping, to 3K. So let's go ahead and put in a channel EQ. Turn on these high pass filter, low pass filter. High pass filter is going to cut off, it's going to cut off the low end here. So let's make that as close to 300 as we can get it. 307 will be just fine. Perfect. And then the low pass will cut off the high end. We're going to make that 3. So now that that's happened, let's take a listen.
Chestnuts roasting.
Listen to how different that sounds. Like, wow.
Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos.
Now, one thing that happened here was music clipped, or it clipped a little. So I kind of want to have this do that. So I'm not going to add a compressor or anything on here. Let's add a limiter. So I'm going to take off the limiter.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Ooh, that is nice.
Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe
That is nice.
help to make the season bright.
Alright, so now what I've done is this clips now. And usually we don't want clipping, but in this case, it sounds really nice actually. The input gain didn't do it, the output gain did. Meaning when we got finished with this here, so if I took the output gain down,
Tiny tots.
the limiter is catching all these. So if I turn the output gain on again, this is the sound that's coming out of the limiter. So it can no longer limit the sound because the sound has gone past the limiter. this is what is being output from the limiter.
With their eyes all aglow, we'll find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies.
That sounds nice. So now we have a 30s sound that is clipping. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Export loops audio file. Replace this. Yes, we want it to be replaced. And once this gets replaced, then we can remove all these effects and import this version. Alright, so now this should be done. I'm gonna go and let's remove all of these effects now, since I don't need these anymore. Go and remove the EQ and go and remove the limiter. And all we did for the limiter was just... Sorry, I got a text on my phone. Again, I really need to start telling people when I'm recording. So we already limited, or not limited, we added clipping to this. So now let's go and re-import this sound here.
Chestnuts roasting on a Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's finals week. My brain is like fried. You see how different the waveforms look now?
On a sleigh.
That sounds so nice. Alright. So now that's happened, I'm going to, let's take this volume down.
And every mother's child is gonna spy.
So now it's a normal volume, but we hear the clipping. So now let's add a... What else does this need? Let's add a tape delay so we can make this sound like an old record. Let's go to vinyl.
To see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92.
This sounds so nice.
Though it's been said many times, many ways,
That clipping. Oh, that sounds so good.
Merry Christmas to you.
I love that so much.
Although it's been said
Okay, what else should I add here?
many ways, Merry Christmas.
Put all this in space here. Let's go and add a reverb plugin. Since sometimes back then they would run things through an echo chamber or something to add reverb. Once the sound was already recorded, they would re-record it in another room with more space, like a parking garage. something like that. So let's do that here. What in the... Now this sounds nice, because now the clipping that we're hearing, that has now been run through a reverb plugin, so this sound is coming through a different space. Now I wish I could tune this different. I mean, I could, technically. I kind of want to do that. Let's see if I go through a player here. No. I don't feel like this will work. But, so yeah, that's how you make something sound old school. You figure out the frequency response, which in this case was 300 hertz to 3K hertz. Make everything clip, and then just take it back down so it's at a normal listening volume. Add a tape delay to add that record player crackle, and then run it through a different space, like in this case the Hall preset. Even though I don't need this plugin. Sounds nicer with it though. Because the 30s, 40s, that era, very hit or miss when it comes to reverb. Alright, now let's, I got an idea. Let's say something happened to the recording. One last thing I'm going to do here. You can either speed it up or slow it down. Let's slow it down here. Oh my word! Now again, say if the tape got damaged somehow, it would either go down a half step or usually up. Or occasionally it would go up.
Many ways. Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah. That's essentially how to make something sound really old school. Hit my microphone thing. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing this. Just hearing all the different things you can put on something to make it sound quote old school. It was fun. I had a fun time doing this, and I hope you guys had a fun time watching this. I love the clipping at the end there. But yeah, that's basically this video. That's Jay. Signing off.